Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let time slow down around you. Imagine yourself walking through an ancient royal palace. The air feels heavy yet soft, carrying the faint sweetness of burning oil, lamps mixed with the quiet dampness of stone. Each step you take echoes gently against walls carved centuries ago by hands long forgotten, by people whose names are now whispers in the dust. You are not rushing. You don't need to, because in this story, nothing moves fast. Everything breathes slowly, just like you, right now. The corridor stretches endlessly ahead, its gray stones glowing faintly in the trembling candlelight. Your footsteps sound soft, almost like a heartbeat in a sleeping world. Somewhere, far away, you hear the faint creak of a wooden door, a slow sound, opening, then closing again. It feels as if the palace itself is alive, breathing softly around you, guarding memories older than time. The silence isn't empty. It's full of stories. Stories that belong to kings, queens, farmers, lovers, poets, all of them sleeping somewhere in these walls. At the end of the hallway, you notice two tall golden doors. You pause, you take a deep breath, and then you push them open carefully. Inside, a dimly lit royal chamber welcomes you. Two kings sit side by side on ancient wooden chairs. Their golden crowns shine faintly under the trembling light of dying candles. But they don't look powerful. They look tired, exhausted, as though centuries of ruling have pressed their weight onto their shoulders. One king yawns softly, resting his hand on the armrest. The other leans back, his voice low, almost fragile. Another night. Another endless story. There are no battles here. No war. No loud voices. Only the peaceful hum of silence, wrapping around you like a soft, warm blanket. Step outside, and the kingdom stretches endlessly beneath a silver moon sky. Villages rest quietly, glowing faintly with tiny oil lamps. The cool breeze carries the faint smell of freshly baked bread from a distant baker's oven. No carts roll on the roads. No merchants shout their prices. Not even the animals stir. The people here live simple lives. They wake with the sun, work slowly with their hands, and sleep beneath a ceiling of endless stars. No one hurries. No one chases time. As you picture their world, your own breathing slows, your shoulders loosen, your thoughts grow quiet. You can almost hear the crackling firewood inside a villager's hut. Children's laughter, bright just hours ago, has faded into memory. Now, only the soft singing of crickets rises from the tall grass. Imagine standing on a hill overlooking the entire kingdom. From here, the land stretches like an endless painting, rolling fields, dense forests, and winding rivers glowing under the silver light of the moon. Far below, the king's palace rises from the earth like a silent guardian. Far below, the king's palace rises from the earth like a silent guardian. Its torches burn faintly against the dark horizon, like tiny sparks holding back the night. Every inch of this land holds centuries of forgotten stories. Stories of kings and queens who ruled gently. Stories of farmers harvesting golden fields under the warm sun. Stories of artisans shaping delicate furniture from wood and stone, crafting beauty that still survives inside the palace. Tonight, those stories drift through the air like dust floating in candlelight. You don't need to chase them. You don't even need to remember them. Just let them pass through you, slowly, softly, like a breeze on a quiet night. Inside the palace, there was once a time when kings hosted lavish feasts. Endless tables stretched across the grand hall, heavy with golden plates, crystal goblets, and spiced wine. But tonight, the grand hall sleeps. You walk slowly across its cold stone floor. Your footsteps sound louder here, yet somehow the silence swallows them whole. You pause for a moment, close your eyes, and imagine the past. Long tables overflowing with roasted meats, warm bread, sweet honey, and ripe fruits. Noblemen and women seated side by side, their velvet gowns and jeweled crowns glowing softly under hundreds of candles. The soft strumming of a lute playing somewhere in the corner, the gentle laughter of royalty, sharing secrets no one remembers anymore. But those days are gone. The hall sleeps now, and in its silence it tells you a different story. A story of passing time, of voices faded like old ink on parchment, of lives once vibrant, now only memories hidden in stone. Back in the royal chamber, the two kings lean back slowly. Their crowns tilt slightly as their breathing grows soft and deep. The candles burn low, their flames trembling softly against the cold stone walls. The air grows still. Shadows stretch long and deep. Even time itself feels sleepy, ready to close its eyes. You listen to the distant hum of crickets. You watch the soft flicker of candlelight, and you feel your own eyelids growing heavier and heavier. Inside this palace, inside this forgotten kingdom, you are safe. You are calm. You are home. Sleep now. The past will wait for you. The palace sleeps, but its walls still remember. Take another deep breath. The silence is even softer now, like silk brushing gently against your skin. Far beyond the palace gates, the kingdom rests beneath a velvet night sky. The stars scatter like tiny diamonds on black silk. The wind carries the faint perfume of night-blooming flowers, and the rivers shimmer softly under the pale silver moon. You are still standing inside history, but this time closer to its heart. You find yourself drawn to a narrow staircase spiraling upward. The stone steps are cold beneath your fingers as you trace your way up slowly, carefully. At the top, you reach a hidden balcony overlooking the royal gardens. The view takes your breath away. The gardens lie in silence, kissed by silver moonlight. Marble fountains stand frozen in time, their once bubbling streams now still and quiet. Ornate stone pathways twist gently between hedges of wild roses and lavender. You close your eyes and imagine the voices that once filled this space. The laughter of young maidens chasing one another between flower beds. The quiet whispers of poets reciting forbidden verses. The sound of silk gowns brushing gently across the marble floors. Tonight there are no poets, no dancers, no songs, only the gentle rustle of wind through ancient leaves and the soft beating of your own heart. Legend says that many centuries ago, beneath this very balcony, a young queen once waited for her beloved. The story goes that she would come here every night after the royal court had fallen asleep, her heavy golden gown trailing softly behind her. She would stand by the railing, gazing down into the shadowed garden. There, hidden among the jasmine trees, a poet would wait. He wasn't royal, he wasn't rich, but his words were sweeter than the ripest honey, and his voice gentler than the evening wind. On one quiet night he whispered up to her. She smiled softly, her crown glittering faintly under the moonlight. Every night, I wish the world were simpler. Their story was never written in any history book. But if you listen closely, you can almost hear their words still floating in the night. You step away from the balcony and follow a faint glow leading you into a smaller chamber deep within the palace. Inside, rows of dusty shelves stretch endlessly, stacked with ancient scrolls and faded letters. Each scroll holds a forgotten memory, a promise, a secret, a prayer. You take one carefully into your hands. The parchment feels fragile, almost weightless, yet it carries centuries within its fibers. The ink is faded, but you can still make out the words. Dearest one, tonight the palace sleeps, but I do not. I dream only of you. You close your eyes. For a brief moment, you can almost feel the writer's longing, the warmth of their touch, the weight of their unspoken love, the ache of something beautiful yet forbidden. The chamber hums softly with 1,000 untold stories, each one breathing gently in the shadows. Long ago, the kingdom celebrated a festival called the Night of the Lanterns. Once every decade, the villagers, nobles, and royalty would gather together beneath the open sky. Hundreds of lanterns would be lit, their golden light reflecting against the rivers and rooftops. The soft glow would float upward into the night, carrying wishes whispered by lovers, families, and children alike.